How's it going, YouTube? Welcome back to my poker channel. My name is Andreas Fröhlich and I'm a teacher and poker player, and in today's video I'm going to talk about poker and tiredness. Let's get into it. To give you a little bit of a background, I'm here at the World Series of Poker 2019 in Las Vegas, and before I came over to the States, I was playing almost non-stop online poker for 2 weeks. It was the Spring Championship of Online Poker, and ended up taking down the $109 PLO, which you can see that I made a video about it just before I left Austria and came over here to the States. Getting here, I quickly realized I actually didn't take a break and I was still very tired getting into the World Series. And I also quickly realized I couldn't really make too many YouTube videos if I wanted to play poker. I played about 5-6 hours each day for about the first 30 days being here. And then maybe in like week number 5, it suddenly hit me. Like I just couldn't even do 5-6 hours anymore because I wasn't really taking like some time off. And after like 2.5 hours, like this week, I had like 2 days where I also didn't like get like proper sleep. So yeah, I just had to quit the session after 2.5 hours. And here today, I actually got some extremely good sleep. I woke up, I was fully energized. But then after 4 or 5 hours today, again, I was very exhausted. I had to quit my PLO session. And I thought it was a really good way to now get to my hotel room and make a video because yeah, it's not going to be high energy making this video, but I feel like it's very authentic if I talk about poker and tiredness, if I'm doing in a state where I'm still a little bit tired and still trying to talk about it here in this video. This year, I absolutely wanted to challenge myself here in Vegas for the World Series. And I booked a flight from the day number 1 to the last day, so I would experience the whole World Series of Poker and see, how, my performance would vary throughout the series. At what times I would have to take a break, even like one full day off, or just take some easier days and see where this would get me. The first thoughts are going to be about the city, Las Vegas. If you think about it, especially if you're talking about the strip where all the main hotels are here in Vegas, is all optimized for taking as much of your money as possible. Sure, the city provides entertainment in form of gambling and other activities and shows and whatnot, but in the end, it's been decades where very little details in Vegas have been optimized to take as much of your money as possible. When you look at, for example, when you're sitting in the casino and playing poker, the room is just made in a way that you have no idea what time of the day it is if you didn't have a watch. Like it's cool. It's always at the same temperature, so your circadian rhythm will be distorted a lot by having that same temperature all day long, and so your body wouldn't really understand what time of the day it is if you spend a long time in the casino every day. So that's certainly not going to be a healthy place to be for a too long period of time, and it could contribute a lot to you being tired in the end. Secondly, even if this wasn't in Las Vegas, but in a random other card room around the world, live poker in itself is quite demanding if you play it every day. At the live poker tables with so many other human beings around you that you have a lot of incentives to be observing and trying to pick up on some, reads in order to play better poker. You have so many inputs for your brain that you have to process throughout the day. And if you do it like for 8 hours or 10 hours even, that's a lot to take every single day. And you will be processing that during your sleep. And for example, if you don't get your full 8 hours or even a little bit more than that, you might have not processed everything that you experienced through the day properly. And that, will lead to an accumulation of, being tired over a longer period. Another thing that can throw you off completely is your eating habits. Also, again, if you think about it, if you go to a restaurant, what has happened? Well, you get the menu and you have to make a choice from the menu. And there's for sure going to be unhealthy choices on that menu that are not really good for you, but you might like. So imagine you use some of the willpower that is a limited resource to us human beings to then choose a healthy meal on that menu you're not going to have that willpower for your poker game anymore, because you're used up some of those resources. So that's, then leading to a decision fatigue if you're using it constantly. So if you're going to a restaurant every day, that is oftentimes hugely minus EV for you on a scale of 4 or 5 weeks, because you just have to make the decisions what you want to eat. Unless you really have that figured out already and you know what you want to eat anyway, that can be quite a thing that most poker players are probably not aware of, and will lead to them being more tired because of that abundance of decisions you have to make. Decision fatigue doesn't only occur in your food choices, but basically in your everyday life here in Las Vegas. And some of the things I try to improve on, I learned from this guy, Leszek Badurovic, and he has written The Mental Edge of Poker. And he talks a lot about being more professional when it comes to the game. So there's a difference between being a professional poker player and having a professional attitude to the game. So even if you're, for example, a recreational player with a very professional attitude, this can go miles for you. So when it comes to your decisions here in Las Vegas, if you have it planned out, so if you know your habits in the morning, for example, your morning routine, your evening routine, when you go to the gym during the day, what times you're eating, etc. If you have that planned out and if you have it scheduled, that is a much more professional attitude to the game than somebody who just gets here to Vegas. And I mean, that has been me, to be honest. I made some plans, but I haven't planned it all out. And that was a huge mistake, because it exactly led to those decision points of where I could go through door A or door B, and then I would just sometimes decide based on my gut feeling of what was the better choice at that moment, and that might be not the right approach to take here in Las Vegas if you want to maximize your poker performance. What's more, I think that if you are just on the strip here in Vegas and playing poker for about 5-6 weeks, you are basically disconnected from nature quite a lot, and probably entirely. So one of the ideas that I've had for upcoming trips like this, if I'm going to do exactly the same next year, is to basically have like maybe 1 day a week where I could press that reset button, go into nature, and basically recover, disengage from all these things happening here at the strip, poker wise, and that's gonna give me or mentally some recovery, so that I wouldn't get fatigued after a couple of weeks here in Las Vegas. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below what you've learned from this video, or feel free to share some of your experiences when it comes to these topics and post it in the comments. Now, don't forget also to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet, and also hit the notification bell, because if you do, you get a notification and you don't miss a video here being uploaded on my channel. I want to thank you guys for watching. This has been Andreas Furley. See you guys next time.